Thank you so much. I think when we look at the whole construct of products and investability in the Nigerian capital market, I would say let's take a little step backward. Nigeria has investable products. The real challenge we have is assets. According to the Central Bank of Nigeria, more than 90% of currency in circulation is outside the banking system. If you run the numbers, that's around close to 4.8 trillion naira. That means our fellow citizens have 4.8 trillion naira that is earning nothing at the end of the year. So if you convert 50% of that close to 5 trillion naira, and you are giving the citizens 10% interest per year, at the end of the year, they will be earning close to 250 billion naira that will be shared across Nigerian families. But you know what happens today? They earn zero because that money is not invested. So we have these treasury bills that can give us up to 20%. We have the LTM savings bond. But people in your village, people in my own village, they don't have access to participate in those products. So while we are discussing about the diaspora, I also want to tell us there are many Nigerians that are diasporas when it comes to investment opportunities. And that is a very big problem because our governments, both the federal and the state, go around the world looking for funds to build roads, finance infrastructure. Whilst Nigerians have money under their pillows in their lockers that they can actually give government to do those things. But we have not figured out how to mobilize that local capital. And because we don't figure out how to mobilize that local capital, there is a massive disintermediation between what the government needs to fund the future and the resources Nigeria have under their pillows and their lockers. So how do we unlock that? I think technology has a very important role to play. And for us to do that, I'll take you back to marginal cost. You know, accountants talk about marginal cost. That means we need to figure out how you can serve somebody who has 100 million naira in Lagos to invest, and somebody who has 20,000 naira in Contisx to invest. Today, the capital market doesn't work for those people with 20,000 naira. Look at the treasury bill. The minimum investable amount is 100,000 naira. But the minimum wage in Nigeria, federal, is what? Around 70,000 naira. That basically means that more than nearly a very good chunk of our population cannot participate. So that close to 20% we pay on treasury bills, most of our civil servants at the state and the federal level do not need to participate. So let's look at the products. The products are there. But the challenge is access to the products. We need to now innovate. And one way of doing that is bringing the marginal cost that will make it possible that irrespective of your asset under management, you can actually have an opportunity. And the good news is this. The Investment and Security Act of 2025 has built a lot of protocols which I believe young people, they are smarter than us. They are going to recombine all those technology stacks, making it possible that what I have called the decade of 2030s is the decade of the capital market. More people will become millionaires in Nigeria through the capital market than any other sector. So if you are really thinking ahead, by the time the impact of these acts penetrates into the Nigerian economy, it will be easier to invest in real estate. You know, today, if you want to buy real estate in America, they give you a code. If you go to the city, you see the real estate. The ISA Act, the tokenization, fractionalization, all those new indicators, and actually open up, bringing transparency and accountability, that we can see real estate and other investable assets navigate the world. So, finally, on the diaspora, one aspect I hope through our big leaders in our economy, bilateral relationship and treaties. If I have a KYC done with Bank of America, or Royal Bank of Canada, or Scotia Bank, there needs to be a way to do portability, that I can open accounts in a brokerage account in Nigeria, and that KYC I have done with Bank of America can just be good enough for me to participate in the capital market. Instead of treating me as an agent, when he risks that I'm spending my money and investing my money, why would he be risky to Nigeria that I'm trying to invest in the Nigerian capital market? It's not that way. So if you do these things, I can tell you, there is never a better place to invest. Myself, as I said, I invest in Nigeria a lot. And I think in total we have more than 2,000 people. And through taking that capital, most of the big companies we invested in them. And it makes me better. Thank you so much.